Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your love and relationship reading for the month of January. A friendly reminder that these are generalized readings, so not everything in the readings may pertain to you. With that said, I'd like to encourage you guys to check out your moon and rising sign, and then check out a reading that correlates with those signs and see if maybe the information within those readings pertain to you. I am available for private readings and can be reached at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. First, I'm going to be starting with a reading for my singles, and this is just to give a general overview of where you're at now and to see if maybe there's a possible love connection coming into your future this month, okay? And then the next reading is for my couples. All right, so this is interesting. This is a cool little combo we have here. The first card is the High Priestess, and this represents where you are now. This represents a very strong individual who is very comfortable standing within his or her own power. Also, someone who is highly intuitive and deeply spiritual, okay? Right now, I think you're very comfortable with yourself, and I kind of feel like you have an attitude like where, if I find love, that'll be great. If not, I'm okay. This is the Magician, and this could represent what is crossing you right now. And when I say cross you, I mean, this pretty much represents the weather of what's going on in your life right now. What's cool about these two cards is these are each other's counterparts, okay? The Magician gets his power from the sun. The High Priestess gets her power from the moon. He works in the light. She works in the dark. She gets her power from the deep depths of the ocean and the abyss, which I always thought was a really cool description. It kind of says a lot with how deep and intuitive I think that she is. This could also indicate the Magician being here, since this is the High Priestess's counterpart, that there is somebody in your life. Being two strong individuals, sometimes it could be kind of hard to come together. But with that said, you guys also go hand in hand with each other. Like, you can't have one without the other. This is yin and yang, okay? The next card represents the foundation of this situation, and this is the Three of Wands. This could indicate that maybe the Magician was an unexpected surprise, and that's probably why you're going back and forth with it, because you have plans, and I don't think that your plans included really meeting someone at this time, okay? So the Three of Wands and the Hermit, this is the foundation of the situation, and this is the recent past, okay? We have some very powerful cards here. So when I think of the Hermit, I think of someone who doesn't abide to society, because you don't need society and you don't let society define who you are. Again, you're a deeply spiritual, intuitive person. But with that said, because you're so deep and spiritual, that sometimes, like the Hermit, you like to isolate yourself, and you do that because you enjoy getting lost in your own head so you can have that introspection and time for reflection. The next card represents the aspirations of you. This represents you moving forward. Again, this relates to the plans that seeing the efforts of your plans, and being able to move forward with them, okay? Again, I really feel like this Magician was a very unexpected surprise. This is the near future. This is really, again, you're such a strong person, and all these cards are just so strong. This is you standing on your own, reaping the benefits of your labor. And this can go either way, where you're with somebody or you're not. I really think that the Magician and you have a really deep connection. I mean, come on, you guys are each other's counterparts. So I think it's going to be hard to get away from this connection. So with that said, let's bounce forward to the outcome. I think with this relationship, you're going to be doing some juggling, trying to keep things balanced. And I really think that this relationship is pulling you. But ultimately, I see things working out. You're just going to have to figure out how to balance things. And you can have a relationship, your career, your work, your friends, and I really think that this relationship is going to really enhance those areas of your life, something that you guys can do together. Okay, so this is pretty exciting. Right off the bat, we have a really strong connection. So with that said, I am going to move forward into my couple spread. High Priestess again. All right, we have some powerful cards here, okay? We have some extreme happiness. We also have some extreme pain. But the first card that I want to get into is the Four of Wands, and this indicates a celebration coming your way, okay? What you're bringing into the relationship, moving forward with a possible, with the hopes of long-term commitment, possibly a wedding. If you guys are already married, this could indicate maybe you guys have recently gotten married, and also lots of social opportunities that could be coming your guys' way. The next card is the Two of Wands, and this is where you are now in regards to the other person. By the looks of these cards, I want to say that this relationship that I'm picking up on this really represents more of someone who are recently married or moving towards that direction, okay? This is the Two of Wands. This is, again, where you are now in regards to the other person. This is a fresh start, new ideas, building your life, a new foundation for things to grow. The next card is the Sun, and this is what you want from the relationship. You want an abundance of opportunities, warmth, lots of high hopes, okay? Possibilities are endless. The next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this represents What the other person is bringing into this relationship. This person has a strong sense of family. This person could possibly also be very well off. And that could be in regards to old earthly matters, if that makes sense to you. And also, if you guys are recently moving forward into a long-term commitment, this could also indicate the promise of or hopes to build a family with you. This card represents what the other person is getting out of this relationship. This is the Ten of Swords. This is a card of pain, sorrow. This could indicate that maybe this person suffers from maybe some addiction issues, possibly depression. Also, this could relate to issues that he or she have dealt with in the past and issues that they brought into this relationship, issues that they're having a hard time moving forward from, okay? The next card represents what they want from you, okay? And this is the Ten of Cups, which is an abundance, happiness card, long-term commitment, endless opportunities, okay? So this person is entering or is in this relationship with high hopes of building, wanting to work on your commitments with high aspirations of what this relationship could be or to continue building on it, okay? However, he or she is dealing with some dark issues, okay? And so those are some issues that we want to address. The next card is the High Priestess, and this represents how you see your partner. You have a lot of respect for this person. This person is also highly intuitive. This is someone who you really value his or her opinion with deep, deep admiration, okay? This represents how your partner sees you. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This person has a lot of respect for you. This person sees you like this person could never get anybody better. Okay, this person is very committed to you with a very, very high opinion of who you are with a strong sense of commitment. The outcome of this relationship is I continue you guys to see each other and working through these issues that he or she is dealing with. And we're going to get to some stones that he or she can work with to help with those feelings and emotions, or emotions, feelings, the turmoil that they're battling with, okay? But ultimately, I continue... this is the Nine of Cups, and I continue to see this relationship does have a really strong foundation. I just think that this is going to be a bump in a road that you guys are going to easily be able to work through. So with that said, my go-to love stone is fluorite. This will aid in communication, and it's going to also help balance these emotions that your partner is dealing with, okay? It's also going to aid in communication, which I think is going to be key with being there for your partner to lean on to work through these issues, okay? Since he or she is dealing with some dark issues, I think it's important to work with smoky quartz. This is going to keep him or her grounded, okay? This is going to act like armor, repelling him or her from these negative feelings, okay? It's also going to keep him or her grounded to Mother Earth. Last but not least, I'd like to encourage your partner to work with rose quartz. This correlates with our heart chakra, and it's going to open him or her and you wide on up so you can receive love and give love. And it's also going to help with self-love. One of the issues that I think that your partner's having is maybe he or she feels like they're not worthy of this type of love that you guys have, okay? But I think with some communication and just being there for each other, I really see this relationship continuing to build, deepen, and move forward. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good night, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys. Bye.